There's something else that hasn't come up in the other videos, and it's maybe the most important, transformative, disruptive piece of this whole thing. The transceiver is fundamentally an analog device. It's not digital. Although it can transmit digital information, ones and zeros, it does this with an analog signal, and that means it can also send purely analog information. Basically, we're introducing an entirely analog device into a world which has become entirely digital, and there are implications for resistance to jamming. I'll illustrate the significance of this by highlighting the difference between a photograph printed in a book and an old-style photograph negative. Now, in the olden days, photographs were produced by focusing light onto a little piece of plastic that was treated with special chemicals, and that was used to produce a photograph, which was used to print a book. So here's an Apollo 11 photograph of the far side of the moon. It's printed in a book I have. There's a tiny crater on the peak of the Rebound Mountain at the center of a large crater. Now, suppose we want to study this little crater from a photograph that was taken almost 60 years ago, and we can't go back to the moon very easily. We can get a better look at that little crater by zooming in. But we find there's a problem. There's a limit to the detail that's visible. If we zoom in enough, we can see that the process used by the publisher uses little dots of color, so we can't see any detail in the photograph that's finer than a small cluster of dots. And this is analogous to digitization of information. Now, if it were possible for us to acquire the original negative and a similar zoom was applied, the limit of detail would be the chemical grain of the actual plastic film instead of the printing process that was used to produce the photograph from the negative. And by analogy, the transceiver allows the user to transmit the actual negative instead of a mechanically produced print of the negative. Now, noise is always a limiting factor for both digital and analog representations, but sending information as an analog signal might be equivalent to many hundreds of digital bits with no time or compression penalty. And the transceiver can also transmit digital information, of course, ones and zeros, but it could also represent numbers using more than 2 bits. For example, tri-state or quad-state logic or higher. And every time a new bit is added to represent information, the information rate doubles. And at the other end of the receiving end, the multi-state logic has to be translated back into binary so it could be used by digital computers. But that is a simple step. And here's a final thought. What happens when a digital jammer tries to jam an analog transceiver?